Hi guys, Dinner Ladies here. Right, so today I'm going to start the Christmas playlist, and it's been asked for so many times, and it's my Christmas cake. Well, it's my Nana's recipe for Christmas cake, and this is the one that we always used to do. Not many people in the family now like Christmas cake, but I'm still going to make a small one that'll be able to be shared out with the people that do like it. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you the ingredients. Right, so the first thing I need is 175 grams of butter. I've got 210 grams of light brown sugar on there as well. I need 400 grams of mixed fruit, dried mixed fruit, 100 grams of glacé cherries, 100 grams of cranberries. I need the zest and juice of an orange and the zest of a lemon. And also we have 85 grams of ground almonds, 3 large eggs, 200 grams of plain flour, and we have, where is it, a half a teaspoon of baking powder. We have a teaspoon of mixed spice, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a quarter of a teaspoon of allspice. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the first lot into a pan, and we're going to boil it for about, well, simmer it for about 10 minutes. So we'll get that started. Right, so while that's on simmering, I'm just going to line my tin. Now this is a 9-inch cake tin with a removable bottom. So the first thing I'm going to do is get that off. Put some baking parchment here. Seen me do this before. Just put it in half, and half again. How do I do it? That's it. No. There, yeah, like that. Like that. I don't know if I've made this big enough, but hey, we'll give it a go. And then take it to the middle, which is about there. And just cut it around a little bit. So that'll fit. Yep. Almost forgot how to do it there. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bit of baking paper around the sides. Don't need to grease or anything like that. Put the stand up. Do you know what? I think I will put a little bit of just a little bit of that, just so the parchment will stick. Better. Now that'll stick to the edges, you see. So that little bit on there. And this one here. And then put the round at the bottom. And there you go, that's your tin done. I'm just going to put that to one side, and I'm going to weigh out the dry ingredients. Right, so the first thing I want is 200 grams of plain flour. So just get that. Oh, well, that one came out like that, didn't it? Put that back down to 200. And I want 85 grams of ground almonds. So I'm just going to 83, 85. Right, so the mixed spice, I need a teaspoon of that. To me that smells like my Nana's bacon. So I want a teaspoon of mixed spice, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And I want 1/4 of a teaspoon of allspice. Now this is a 1/2 teaspoon, so I'm just going to use half of this. Do you know, I've got these little pouches thinking it would be a good idea, and I absolutely hate them. So as soon as the stuff's used up in it, I think I'll be getting rid just a little bit of allspice there. Right, and then when the fruit's cooled down slightly, it's just a matter of putting everything together. Well guys, it wouldn't be me if I didn't forget something. I also need 150 grams or milliliters of brandy. Put that in with the fruit now while it's just come up to simmer. So I'm going to get this into here now, and then we'll let it go. Right, so the fruit's been simmering for about 10 minutes. Just going to move that to one side just so you can see a second. And that's all the fruit, the lemon zest, the orange juice, the butter, sugar, and of course the brandy that went in there. And I've let it cool for about another 10 minutes just so it's not bubbling hot. Now again, I remembered that I forgot to put in the baking powder in here, so I'll put the baking powder in there. So I'm just going to mix all of this together. So all of them spices are all mixed in. Then I'm going to pop my eggs in. And the third one. And then we're just going to pour all of this in. Now what that 10 minutes simmering does is it plumps up the fruit. Just make sure it all gets in. And over there. And then we'll just give this a good mix. Break your eggs up. Go. Now I'm just going to keep mixing this until it's all incorporated. The eggs, the flour, spices, the fruit. Now it's starting to smell like Christmas cake. The warmth of that, the fruits actually started to bring all the smell of the spices in. Just keep going, be a bit rough with it. So I've got my oven on at 150. It's going to go in for 40 minutes at 150. Then I'm going to turn the oven down to 140. This is fan assisted. And then I'm going to leave it for about another hour, an hour and a half. Keep checking it. Make sure it doesn't go too dark on the top. If it does, just cover it with a bit of foil. And then we'll just get the cake into here. There. Just going to make sure I've got all of it. See, I'm going to get that into the oven now for around about 30 to 45 minutes, sorry, and then turn the oven down and leave it for about an hour and a half. Right, so we'll come back to you in a bit. Right, so that had half an hour at 150, it's had an hour and 45 minutes at 140, and as you can see, that's all cooked now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to Put a few little skewer marks in there while it's still nice and warm. And while it's warm, it'll soak up our brandy. So I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of brandy and just let that soak in. So this is there's a bit more than a tablespoon there. There. And then once this is cooled completely, what I'll do is I'll wrap it up with some more parchment paper and wrap it in foil, keep it airtight, and then once a week up until Christmas I'll just come in and put a couple of tablespoons of the brandy in it. Just keep feeding it and feeding it. So there you go guys, that's my Christmas cake. Bring you back in a couple of weeks, well a few weeks maybe, 3-4 weeks, and that's when we'll put the marzipan and the icing on it. Okay, well I hope you enjoyed that, and it's the first of a few. Thank you.